Blast from the Grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas. Hello and welcome back to Durian ASEAN. You're with Gowri
and Grace.
And this is our Blast from the Grassroots session, and it's our Friday morning.
Friday morning, we discuss really fun and exciting stuff.
Because it's anything can happen Friday.
Yay!
And we have two guests in the studio. And one is, of course, Michael Chen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you so much for coming again.
And we also have Faisal.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
He's a founder of a Playground Production and also a director?
Producer.
Producer, yes.
So maybe a little introduction, background. What do you do for a living? How you got into this?
I'm a producer / actor actually. Started off from theatre background. Been doing theatre for the past 10 years. And that was when before Playground Productions, we were Aroma Theatre Works, Artists of the Masses, in short. And then we formed Playground Productions 2 years ago, May 2012. Because we decided that there's just not enough money in theatre, and we need to expand and grow as a business as well. And we ventured into TV, and now we're releasing our first movie end of this year, filming in cinemas.
Yay! And what is it called?
Terbaik Dari Langit.
What does it mean?
That's from the sky.
Well, if you translate it, it's a godsend lah.
In that context.
Yeah, but we have an English title for it. It's called Nova.
Nova.
That's our international title because we had our world premiere in Japan because we were nominated for the Asian Feature section.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. Tokyo International Film Festival.
So we have Megat, who also just joined us in the studio.
And he is a creative director and a founder of Playground Production.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Did you have trouble walking up the stairs or anything?
No, I just I just had coffee. So
he's very fit.
So
Megat, maybe what's your role in Playground Productions?
well, sorry, I didn't get.
Okay, let's get you the warm up first.
So I'm the creative director of Playground Productions, which means that I am in charge of anything creative, like any creative process, and usually I also direct whatever shows that we have, except for this one, except for Terbaik Dari Langit.
So tell us more about the movie. What's the story behind it, or what was the?
Well, the story, in short, the story is about a bunch of friends, led by Berg. Berg is an independent filmmaker. He reunites his friends after 15 years, his high school friends, to go on a road trip to capture a UFO on film.
Okay.
So because when they were in school, he thought he saw this UFO, and he has this. He thinks that the UFO is going to come back in Malaysia.
Malaysia.
So
is this sort of a scientific?
It is. It has a sci-fi angle to it, but it's more of a road trip plus a friendship movie lah, coming of age.
Oh, coming of age.
So is it also for family?
Quarter age.
Quarter age, yeah.
Is it also for family? It's a family movie.
It is. It's rated PG-13 by LPF. Yes, it's a family movie as well, but mostly geared towards 20 years and above.
Our main target is actually the youngsters, the university students. Well, family also can watch.
Because I think the main theme of the movie is more to finding your passion and really pursuing it.
Okay.
So that theme really resonates to a big range of people.
I see.
And so the movie has already been released?
It will be out 25th December.
25th December.
Christmas time. So please
Christmas movie.
Tell everyone to watch.
Oh,
please
awesome. It's an awesome time. How about Michael? How are you? Are you involved in this movie, or have you guys scouted him to act in this movie?
No. I did not act in this movie. How I basically, cause with as part of trying to find, I I've been helping them promote the film through my small little platform,
Okay.
WAMM.com.
I see.
And of course, I'm friends with them. We worked together before. Yeah.
And maybe a bit more about how did you plan to market this movie outside of Malaysia?
Outside of Malaysia, well, what we found in Tokyo is that the film community is very, very supportive.
Okay.
And during Tokyo itself, we met with a few distributors, and they were very excited, and they approached us to send in screeners and whatnot.
Okay.
How do they actually receive international films? What's their response or reaction?
To the movie?
Yeah.
They're very good, especially the Japanese. The movie is in Malay, but even they had Japanese subtitles, and the Japanese, when they cried, and when they laughed, so they really get the movie, which is very good.
I know they are very expressive.
Yeah, it's really interesting how you see their reaction, because after the film, because we never showed this film anywhere else. The world premiere was in Japan.
And that was the first time.
Yes, so the first audience to watch our film is the Japanese.
Awesome.
So when after the film they came out, and they were like, there was this two professors from Kyoto. They study Malaysian films. They can speak Malay, and they study Malaysian films, so they watch everything. I'm betting you they have watched more than
local films and
Malaysian films. So they see what we didn't see. Like for instance, that they see something in Berg that we haven't. Wow. They saw it in that angle. We never.
So it sounds like they're actually watching a deeper approach.
You can say that.
Yeah, and they're very critical. They've been watching. They have a library of Malaysian films dating back to the 1950s.
Wow.
So I think
a whole library.
A whole library of that. All the movies, okay. All, when I mean all.
Oh wow.
From all the studios in Malaysia as well.
And is there a message that you like to get across with the movie?
Well, the theme is finding your passion and really pursuing and staying true to it. You know how sometimes when we go out, when we graduate, or when in school we want to be this and that, we have our passions, you want to be, let's see, when you pursue your dreams, but after a while you get jaded because of, whatever happens in the industry.
Yep.
So it's staying true to what you, and really believe in yourself. And not letting people, bog you down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apart from that, I think this film is our love letter to our local film.
That's right.
Yeah.
So is it sort of the hidden message there?
Well, if you watch it, if you have been doing films here in Malaysia or watching films here in Malaysia, I think people in the community, in the industry would get it. What we want to get across. I mean, we have tributes to different eras of our films, like from the P. Ramlee era to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. We have all the tributes to all the eras, and then we have a lot of tributes to the current scene, the previous scene, everything.
Yeah, we have Easter eggs inside lah. If you've watched some movies, you might be able to identify that this scene is actually an ode to, for example, Yasmin Ahmad's movies. So you will be able to see that as well.
How is it like the film industry in Malaysia? How is it developed, or
it is
from all the back to the until now?
Was this movie self-financed though?
No, it's commissioned by Astro Shaw.
Oh, okay.
It's commissioned by Astro Shaw. We pitched the idea to Astro Shaw back in 2011, and it took 6 months for it to come through.
Okay.
And now we have the movie. It's commissioned by Astro Shaw. What else? What was the question?
The question was
local film
local.
industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two sides of that: creatively or financially. Creatively, it's growing because we've got so many new talents. People are just coming back from the States. Like directors really learning the craft theoretically there, and they're coming back and then expanding and trying out new things. But financially, sadly, it's not looking good, because if you look at the track record for the past 2 years, the average ticket sales is about 600 to 800,000 ringgit Malaysia. At best 1 to 1.5, which is actually the cost of the film. The cost is 1.5.
So it's just there.
It's just there,
Yeah.
a recoup, and most of the time half of the ticket sales goes to the cinema, goes to the exhibitor itself,
Right.
meaning you're making a loss. So, yeah, we need to get more people to come to the cinemas, but at the same time, because what we're hearing is that, why watch local films? You know, it's not good.
People are still a bit skeptical, and that they have this stereotyping mindset when it
Yes,
comes
there's a
to
stigma.
local films.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So how do you actually plan to or overcome all these challenges? I will call it challenge because to change the people's mindset and to craft people's mindset, it's a challenge for creative people like from theater or music or film industry.
Three parties: funders, the filmmakers, and the audience. The filmmakers have to work to coming up with good quality products. By good quality is subjective. Good is subjective, but at least you should have a certain standards of production value, structure in the script, acting. Those that can be objectified. And when you have that, then only you'll gain the confidence from the audience. The audience will need for this time at the moment. The audience might need to give some slack to the filmmakers, give them a bit of a chance and go watch the movie so that they get a chance to improve, to develop and to improve their craft.
I see.
And then when that happens, when there's enough money rotating around the industry, then the funders would come in. And then the funders would say, hey, this is actually a good business, because at the end of the day, it's still a business.
Yeah, true.
So that is how I think it should move forward from now
And
on.
also getting recognition from outside of Malaysia it will be also a plus point, isn't it, to local film industry?
Yes, it is, most definitely. Because once you see the in Tokyo, for example, then that marketing would go into Malaysia. Like the newspapers would cover, they went to Tokyo and this and that. So that's actually good content.
Yeah, and
for
we can't
marketing.
ignore, all these facts. They were getting recognition, acknowledged by certain, industry or label, recording label outside of Malaysia.
Yeah, that's right.
And Megat, you want to add something about the local film industry?
Well, like you say challenges. I mean, because our market is so diversified. It's not even. I'm just giving a simple example because let's say our market is divided into three. It's divided into three. In the one market itself, it has other different segments. So we all this if we want to make it into one market is a very tough challenge. So that's why I think we filmmakers, we have to start first, and I hope that other filmmakers will follow suit, so that we will have a new market to develop in Malaysia.
But didn't like what we said earlier, there's still a stigma among the Malaysian audience. Didn't it hamper you guys or anything? Like
Of course.
Of course.
How did you get past that?
We haven't because the film's not out yet.
Okay.
So that's why.
But you had faith, you went ahead and you did it, and
yeah, that's why we hope
Okay.
that I just wanna quote Dane Said, because after Bunuhan,
right.
made it in festivals, they got awards and everything, international recognition, but locally it wasn't a big financial success. But because Dane Said was one of the mentors for this film. He mentored us.
Okay.
He mentored Nick, the director. He mentored Nandita was
Nandita,
was
the
Tapa's
producer.
mentor. So what he said was, he said if we want to change the film scene, he cannot do it alone. So he hopes that people like us and other people like us will make that will continue that wave.
Continue the fight lah.
Continue, yeah. So because if we stop, once if the wave stops, so there's no change.
Then you lose the momentum there.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason when you guys asked me for to find some people and interesting people to come in for these talks,
Of course.
I definitely thought about these guys because they can give you a very interesting perspective because they've been so heavily
Right.
entrenched in theatre as well.
Yes.
And then they made that transition from local theatre to film, and the challenges uncannily seem very
Actually,
similar.
I wanted to ask
Yes.
on that because you were in the theatre scene, and how is it to
We
try?
still are.
How would you like to balance between the theater and the two moving on to the screen scenes? How is it like, or is it different? Or of course, it's different in terms of interaction between the audience and you. But what are the other stuff that you would like to share?
I think balance for now. I think we try like for the past few years, we haven't done any theater work because we have been concentrating on TV and film.
But what made you decided to do the TV work?
Because it's more financially stable.
I see. Okay.
More, it's
Financial
not
comes
stable lah.
first,
It provides you more financially because doing theater, although if you ask me personally, I love doing theater rather than doing screen work. That's per preference lah. But I'm not saying that either one is better. But doing theater, you financially it's in Malaysia. You're not gonna not enough to live.
Film and TV we can consider as an industry. Theater is not an industry yet. It's people still consider it as a hobby. You can't make a living out of it.
So we move on to TV and film, but still the fight is the same, right? The fight that we because even like I said earlier, even in theatre we have different markets. So to get that, we have English theatre and we have Malay theatre.
Yes, that's correct.
The gap in between is not filled. So that's what we tried to do when we did theatre.
Project Disco Baldi. We still have Project Disco Baldi. It's not that we don't do theatre at all. Project Disco Baldi is a sketch comedy group.
I see.
It's a brand under Playground Productions. Two of us are in it as well. Reza Minhat, Idil Putra, Shamin Uthman, Farah Rani, Sherry Al-Haddad, and Ashraf Zain. Yes, there are 8 of us in Project Disco Baldi. So that's how every year we have at least one show to keep doing theatre lah.
So where is it held usually?
Usually in PJ Live Arts in Jayawan.
Okay.
Yeah,
is it more of a Saturday Night Live kind of
yes,
thing?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. It's sketch comedy.
Okay,
We do our own original songs. We write our own original skits. And last year we transitioned into TV as well. We had our own TV show, the Disco Baldi show.
Which channel are you on?
ATV.
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 Awesome.
Yeah, ATV. Yeah. But I think when you transition, we try to retain the spirit of what Playground is. Number one is the spirit of play, because we like to play around and stuff. But we like to tell honest stories. Be it from sketch comedy, it's just a different medium on stage or on screen. Even if you do a straight play or you do a film for TV, we still like to have that still in our works. We want to tell original and honest stories, and that's it.
And what about Megat?
Wow. I mean, it's the same. When we do theatre, I mean, our work is actually pretty much the same. Usually, I direct. Reza will be the one writing, and Tapai here will be the one producing. So we just implement these skills to when we transition to TV and film. And I mean, to be honest, all of us, most of us in Playground Production, we don't have any performing arts formal training. Me, Tapai, and Reza, we were from MMU. Me and Reza, we were in management faculty, and Tapai is an engineer.
Yeah.
All different industries.
Worked as an engineer for 10 years.
So after we finished studies, somehow I continued on. Both of them started working, and then we just met together again, and we started to let's form a company, and then that's
very
it.
dynamic.
So what?
Sorry, even the others as well, like Idil Putra, he is a medic student. Ashraf Zain is actually
science.
Ashraf Zain is bioinformatics. Farah Rani is a lawyer. Shamin Uthman, she studied performing arts.
Shamin and Sherry.
Yeah, but Sherry is the one yang memang all-out performer.
Wow.
Shamin was she did media and PR for a corporate.
It's very interesting how you guys actually venture to find, discover yourself in the art, artsy scenes, and then how you also find the passion from there.
I think that is true for most of the people in performing arts, because you meet like-minded people and you get to learn about yourself more, especially when you go through the process as an actor in any of the scripts, right? In any of the productions.
I think the diversity really helped, because if if we were to only study performing arts, maybe our skills are limited to that. But because of our diverse background, he did that, she did that, he did that. So we put this into the company, and we use all our different backgrounds to,
and also skills.
Yeah, to implement all the skills put it into the company, and thank God we can implement all this.
And also you guys can share a lot of different perspectives
Yeah.
when it comes to projects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Wow, I've got so many questions.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
sadly we're running out of
Yeah.
time.
Oh, no.
So, just want to ask you guys, what is your message for budding filmmakers, and what's your hope for the local art industry?
Oh, the message,
Just do it.
don't give up lah. Very very negative lah. Well, just do it. That's very cliche. I think if more of let's do this together lah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
It's a collective effort.
It's a collective effort. Yes, some of us might have creative differences, but the thing is, the industry is bigger than all of us.
Okay.
We should help to grow the industry. Maybe not for us, but maybe for the next generation as well.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I think I've said this so many times to these people. A lot of people say that audience. A lot of people blame the audience for not coming to watch film,
Or theatre.
But for me, the responsibility is to the filmmakers, because for me, filmmakers are like parents. If we give for instance, if we give the children, which is the audience, instant noodles every time, of course they will like it, but there's no quality.
Right.
We need to give healthy food. So we as filmmakers are the one responsible to give the audience healthy food.
That's a really good metaphor.
Yeah, although at first they won't like it,
Yeah.
but if you force it onto them and they realize that it's good for them, they will know that these are the good food for them.
So you'll be the one who educate the people.
Yes, we the filmmakers, the one who does performing arts, we are the one who are. So we need don't give up to educate the audience.
Be responsible lah.
And we have the instant noodle theory here.
How about Michael to end all this, summarize or conclude?
Well, the idea for me is it's always been that local content is more than what people think it is. From theatre, film, music, we've always had so much vibrancy to our content that you can never get in anywhere else. And local audiences, we need to keep doing good works, so that local audiences will see that and understand that, and eventually we will see a change in the local industry.
Right, and thank you so much, Michael, Megat, and Faisal, for joining us.
Thank you so much
and
for
Grace
coming.
too.
Thank you so much for having us.
And all the best for your upcoming movie.
Yeah.